The Tantra of Great Bliss, the Guhyagarbha transmission of Vajrasattva's magnificent sky, translated by Christopher Wilkinson and read by Angus Cargill. The occasion for empowerment into the secret Upadesha. Then the Blessed One, the All-Good One, entered the equanimity of the samadhi of imparting empowerment and intentionally spoke on this topic. The perfect empowerment of wisdom is the king of self-awareness himself. The wheel that enacts the empowerment is an unattached foundation for our abiding in equanimity. The total clarity of self-awareness grants the empowerment of wisdom. In the way that it is, self-awareness abides in thusness. This thusness is inconceivable in its expansion and contraction. This is the body of bodies, an embodiment that transmits a variety of empowerments. The king of self-awareness grants empowerment to the three existences. The best empowerment is enacted by playfully bringing everything together. The perfect empowerment is the effortless path that resembles ignorance. All the mandalas of the Buddhas, none excepted, are embodiments of the victorious ones. When we do not work to focus our consciousness on the five bodies, the five wisdoms, the empowerment, or on the Dharma, that is the best of the best. When we do not work to focus on the empowerment, that is the best empowerment. The mandala that subsumes the many things is the best mandala. To dwell in the perfection of these three things that are the best is the best empowerment. From the beginning, we have not dwelt on any conventional name, for the past, the future, and the present are not definite. While we designate something to have no birth or ending, there is a body that unites the three great times. We are primordially equanimous, so there is no gradual presentation. This is not singular or plural. It is beyond positions. The empowerment in which we set out ornaments, things we have accumulated as offerings, is spontaneously perfected and is naturally present. There is nothing that obstructs it. Because it is spontaneously present, we do not dedicate, we do not think. This is pure from the primordial, so it is our ambrosia. Even the special qualities of the 12 generative forces are spontaneously realized by their very nature. The wisdom of the three embodiments arises under the circumstance of the empowerment. The empowerment is also perfect. There are no 5 empowerments that are to be received through some higher thinking. From the Tantra of Great Bliss, this is Chapter 23, the occasion for empowerment into the secret Upadesha. The topic of the secret Upadesha is beyond thought and is unspeakable. Then Vajradharma Vajradhara asked the Blessed One, the All-Good One himself, "Please teach us the meaning of being unthinkable and unspeakable." The Blessed One, the All-Good One, entered the equanimity of the samadhi where there is no thought, and intentionally spoke on this topic. I bow to the unspeakable state that is beyond thought. I bow to the supreme teacher of teachers. I bow to the unparalleled pathway, that path that is praised by all. I bow to the heart essence of the Dharma, just as it is. I bow to the river that holds effortless knowledge. I bow to that body that holds primordial knowledge, just as it is. All that makes up a supreme practice, total liberation through the levels, the rule of the way, and all the rest, these are the mothers of the Sugatas. The path of supreme liberation that accommodates everyone is actually Buddhahood. This is subtle and difficult to understand. It is a path for everyone. Non-conceptualization is beyond our ideas. Without this, that will not occur. So it is with the path of supreme liberation. This is not to be visualized. It is not static. It is uncomplicated. It is beyond all our thoughts. Words will not strike at it. It is not a shape or color that is in the domain of our senses. This is firm. It is difficult to teach. There is not even an atom to be said of it. It is not a path that is to be taught by saying, this. It is not singular. It is not plural. After we have used logic to deconstruct it, we continue to use what it means in what we do. The things the meditators who were the rishis of old believed to be real meditation were deviant in specific ways, and they were ill. The path of attachment to meditation is a disease, and it finished them off. The intent of their debased practices is not in the scriptures. It is a delusion. They believe that there is a path of practice at the end of worlds, but the causes and results that they think about resemble chasing after an optical illusion. To use profound understandings to seek for unsurpassed Buddhahood is extremely easy. This does not come from anyone else. It is just what it is. We believe it to be superior. The correct path to enlightenment is not to be exemplified in words. If we look at what they truly are, they are delusions. The path of equality is neither pure nor impure. Ignorance and wisdom are not to be divided in any way at all. To be without moving or shaking by one's very character is to live as a king of samadhi. There is no visualization that we look at and say, I see it this way. It is the eye that sees things directly, and this is why we call it the eye of omniscience. It has no border or center, so it is called naturally spacious. Without acquiring anything or rejecting anything, we achieve the king of equanimities. Our minds and our habitual tendencies are not two things. They are mixed, and they are equal. They appear to us when we grasp at them. We do not throw out or reject any of the dharmas that are permanent. We use the method in which no form of any kind is necessary for this self-originating reality, and we play within it. The dharmas that are totally rejected and that no one accepts, the 5 emotional problems and the 5 inexpiables, are paths of purity. When we enter them, we attain the king of equanimities. Do not abandon anyone, be they women or anyone else. We may put the meanings of the accounts of the years of our 5 emotional problems and our 5 inexpiables into our logical intellects, and we may define the 3 kinds of samadhi, making use of philosophical theories. But we will be deviating from the transmission of effortlessness. This is a delusion. We dwell in the land of effortless and spontaneously perfected bliss. This is the heart essence of the greatness of our wisdom's self-origination. It is not to be visualized. It does not move. It is beyond any report. We abide totally within a transmission that is already beyond our works, just as it is. It is a state that is unborn and does not stop, like the sky. It is not to be taught by saying, this. It is the embodiment of the one circle. It does not expand or contract. It is the path of freedom, holiness itself. This is not an idea. It is not a conceptualization. It is beyond wisdom and methods. It has no extremes. It has no center. There are no instructions on its essence. It is uncontrived like the sky. It is beyond the objects that we talk and think about. It is immeasurable. Its magnificent significance has no exemplar. It is the victorious one's heart. It is the river of perfect enlightenment. It is difficult to teach it by saying, this. The all-good is a great bliss that is sure. We place ourselves thusly, like this, and we do not seek for it is not to be sought. This is why the mother of the Sugatas is a light that is totally victorious. Fortunately, this is not to be exemplified in writing. It is beyond conventionalities, for it is not possible that Vajrasattva leave his body behind. Whatever he does, he is the character of the All-Good One. He is the victorious one. He does not meditate or practice. His ideas are unsurpassed. Do not cling to words. Do not hold on to what your ears hear. This is the path of enlightenment. When we do not depend on anyone, and we have no views or direct perceptions, that is the best practice. The circle of the holy truth is beyond shapes and names, so we have nothing to meditate on. The Rishi meditators practice a path of desire and a path of deviant cravings. To maintain quietude and seclusion without an overabundance of words clears away the sickness of delusion. The most excellent king of medicine is expert in the special pathways. He will remove the disease. We will take our denseness and instability as a path, and we will heal. You are the doctor bodhisattva who makes us heal. O maker of happiness, I bow to you. From the Tantra of Great Bliss, this is chapter 24. The topic of the secret Upadesha is beyond thought and is unspeakable. The secret Upadesha have no contemplations or meditations. Then the Blessed One entered the equanimity of the samadhi in which there are no thoughts, and he intentionally spoke on this topic. The unborn bodhicitta is the basis for the many things. It is not to be exemplified by saying this. It is the embodiment of Buddhahood. When we do not practice philosophical theoretics, that is the best approach. When we have no thought whatsoever, that is contemplation. The holy bodhicitta, the Buddha, and our own minds appear to be different, as does lightning. But this is how we settle into our own natural state. We may meditate and contemplate, but this is beyond the objects of our thought. The self-awareness of the Sugata is self-arising, and settles into its own peace. Not to think anything at all about the heart essence of thusness, and not to define anything. This is how we must think. There is no essence to our thoughts whatsoever. We do not seek them as our objects, and we must not look for them anywhere else. The heart essence of self-awareness is to be sought in the space of self-awareness. But if we seek for this self-awareness as something that is definitely present, this presence will surely be beyond any words we may compose. Our composition will also have no teaching that says this. To think or not to think. This is how we must think. Then the Blessed One entered the equanimity of the samadhi that makes us excellent, and he intentionally spoke on this topic. When the judgments of our minds do not appear, this is itself an unsurpassed heart. This is a reality for which there are no teachings. It is a space that we do not work to transcend. It is the path of the supreme and perfect heart. It will not be grasped by wisdom and means. It does not present a mudra. It is beyond any embodiment. From the beginning, our mudra is not visible. There are no contemplations for it. Not contemplating is, in fact, the best contemplation. The magnificent methods of the bodhisattvas who have finished all their quests and have transcended karma are beyond our thoughts, for they are victorious. Coupled consorts are subject to interpretation and might not be holy. He who has a blazing light in his heart will have the heart of the Dharma. The noble path is not distant. It is a path of splendor. The noble ones all dwell on high. This is not taught in the scriptures, for there is nothing to teach. The one who manifests in the center, among the perfect Buddhas, is indeed a Buddha of patience. Mao. There is not even an atom of conventionality in this, so there is nothing to exaggerate or depreciate. This is not some object to be heard about or visualized. There is nothing here that must be studied. The bodhicitta has no limits. It is beyond the things we talk about, however many there may be. There is no basis on which to put a name. Not being mistaken regarding the penetration of the doors is the best form of holiness. It is not necessary to establish that there are two kinds of truth. There is not even an atom of this to be exemplified in writing. Mao. This field of practice for our minds is difficult to define. It does not exist. It does not exist even in the thoughts of the rishis. This unthinkable circle is beyond discussion. It is inappropriate to think about it, saying, "This is enlightenment." We have dwelt in its equanimity from the beginning. It is the finest of hearts. It is pristine, but there is nothing to think about it. In the same way that the wind and the water do not stir inside a well, when we do not make up a view that says this regarding viewpoints, and we do not move towards something else, that will be our attainment of a heart of excellence. This attainment is itself not something to be desired. When we settle into a place where the five are blazing and are equanimous in the luminescence of the circle of wisdom, we will achieve this heart essence in only a moment, rather than seeking for it for 100,000 eons. The ambrosial bodhicitta has no thoughts. It does not think. It has no meditation. It is beyond the words wisdom and method. For these reasons, there is no Buddhahood in the mind. It does not move from within. It is not a place that we can seek. From the Tantra of Great Bliss, this is chapter 25. The secret Upadesha have no contemplations or meditations. The contents of the Tantra. Then the Blessed One entered the equanimity of the samadhi that is free from every dharma, and he intentionally spoke on this topic. Mao. It is because we are traveling toward high status that we do not find the path to enlightenment. It is because we dwell in an unmoving nature that we do not use any great medicine. It is because of the disease of the three poisons that we never have the chance to be alive. To hope that our delusional ideas will be a path is a river of shadows. The desire that we become enlightened on account of our searching for it is a topic for conceptualizations. The best happiness is not a topic for our thoughts or our speech. Delusions about enlightenment are always hungry. They devour the Dharma. Those who keep to the topics of these views do not see the Buddha. The desire for enlightenment is a flawed understanding. There is no Buddha. The perfect Sugata is not to be visualized as being anyone at all. The Buddha is our teacher, but to attribute a name to him is a mistake. The use of words in relative reality is a river of ideas. We may find Dharmas, be they Buddhist or non-Buddhist, but they will contradict the ones that are said to have been proclaimed from the mouth of our teacher. These teachers and teachings do not find any path to enlightenment. This thing that has no birth or ending, that we do not visualize and is not present, is not something to talk or think about. Neither is there anything proclaimed about it. If the path of enlightenment was to be found, just because our teacher proclaimed it, there would be a transmission by stages from the teacher of our teacher, and it would be impossible for the Buddha to attain Buddhahood, even in an eon. Dispel the disease of searching. This has been effortless from the beginning. When we are infected with the disease of searching, our deluded hearts become obstacles. This is like the sky. It has no true nature. Groups will form that use words such as planet and star, but there is no end to them, and they will not be depleted. There is no final depletion of them. We may profess anything, and anything may happen, but to attribute it to the Vinaya or to the sutra literature is a mistake. From its very depths, this does not have anything to be done on the stages of the vehicles. The Buddha has no father, no mother, and no children. He also has no Dharma. He has no three jewels. He has no practice field for his senses. He has no form. There is nothing that may be described to be an embodiment of the Dharma. This, however, is deep. As if they were moons on a mirror of water, hosts of gods have appeared to explain this. Their vehicles are inconceivable. They have turned the things that have been explained by an embodiment of the Dharma into a mere semblance, something that accords with them individually. Their explanations come from someone else, so the hopes that we attain them are dharmas of delusion. The hope to acquire Buddhahood from someone else is an erroneous path. It is not necessary to practice these miserable austerities. Prioritizing causes, such as the gathering of the accumulations, is a path of delusion. This is spacious. It is magnificent. It is the great Dharma, the Dharma of the heart. It is a cure for the desire to travel and study in smallness. Greatness is not to be visualized. If we think that it is an aspect of smallness, we will be lost on the pathway where we travel through great and small. From the beginning, this has not been a Dharma. That refers to what was proclaimed or was not proclaimed. What is vast, what is to be visualized, or what appears, this is spontaneously perfected. This is not to be connected with anyone who teaches by saying, this. There is nothing to be understood through it being taught. There are no words to say. This is not a Dharma that is born or passes away. It appears in its oneness. This oneness is also a bounteous root of roots. It is the origin of our heart's true nature. It is none other than the embodiment of the Dharma. This spacious heart is not conceived through a direct experience of any kind. There is no object to be apprehended. There is also no abode of the mind. The embodiment of the Dharma is all-encompassing, so there is no Dharma that might be taught. We dwell as we are, in a land that appears by itself and is not a visualization. But with the disturbance from a single minute atom, we lose all of the 10 directions. It is not appropriate to pile atoms into lumps. The 4 times, in fact, also do not exist. There is nowhere that we see anything amazing. The eye that sees this has no form for its form, so there is also nowhere for its essence. This has no embodiment. It may appear to be embodied, but its body has no limbs. Its limits are not to be exemplified. This is why there are no writings in this dominion. This Dharma is difficult to teach. It is like listening to a corpse. There is nothing to be said. This is a place of natural greatness. It is a place for all things just as they are. This is the emptiness of the empty. Emptiness does not exist either. The dominion of the Dharma that is like the sky does not exist. Wisdom is free. There is no object to hold on to as a meditation. There is nothing to work out in our minds. There is nothing whatsoever to teach. There is no heart of hearts. Teaching this Dharma in a variety of ways is a deviant pathway. There is nowhere that we can settle down with the thought that our nature is the sky. This is difficult to scrutinize, even with our most extremely quick thoughts. The 5 emotional problems have been, from the beginning, the finest of heart essences. They are the heart of hearts, the heart of the Dharma. It does not appear to be real. It fulfills all the accoutrements of our lust. Our apparel is a blazing light. It appears and it withdraws. It encompasses the place where we are. This is not some other place. It is the place of the heart. It is difficult to teach. The rishis of old, who were meditators, also did not get this. Lack of desire, the absence of an object of desire, and a basis for desire. These are said to be holy. There is nothing more to be explained. Any description we may make is a hope to exemplify the Buddha, and is a great delusion. Delusion and the path of enlightenment are just ideas. They are not things that we may acquire. It is not possible that one who desires to achieve high status as it is will find it. Dharmas do not come to exist from out of thusness. Dharmas that exist are not to be found. They are embodiments of ideas. There is no essential objectivity to them. They are beyond philosophical theories. Obsessing about practice is an obstacle to freedom. The desire to be freed through a search is the work of children. The true Dharma of the All-Good One is great. The 12 branches of causes and conditions is a group that is not to be practiced. It does not go anywhere. It does not stay anywhere. Self-aware wisdom is our own mind. It is the best. even if we are butchers and prostitutes, or we have done inexpiable things, nothing will obstruct us, for we understand self-awareness. As things are, the doers of evil are the finest community. There is nothing to learn or to study, so there is nothing to be written out. The entire dominion of the Dharma is contained within this great bliss, for it is magnificent and spacious. These spacious skies are not free from birds. Wisdom does not depend on method. There are no atoms that do not move, just as they are. There is no failure in our objective. Those who follow along the trails of the practices of the Rishi meditators cling to conventional words for their highest views. They take hold of something, saying, "It is," and engage in the objective they are seeking. This Dharma is not to be taught by saying, "This." This is primordial Buddhahood. The teachings about holy things have no essence. I grant empowerment into the way of the Lord who has created all things. There is nothing to be related, so there is nothing to be written out. To have meaning or not to have meaning, to be happy or not to be happy, these are entirely absent here. This is why we must not meditate. We settle into the way it is, just as it is with a circle, without thinking, without disturbance, without a view, and without a meditation. In the same way that oxen who are tortured by thirst do not change, even though they drink, it will not come to pass that a heart of self-awareness will come to us from someone else. For we ourselves, just as we are, abide without changing, and our wisdom shines in the midst of all the Buddhas. Be free from practicing communities, be free from trails of thought. This is the best of the best, the embodiment of a glowing heart. We do not desire Buddhahood. We do not desire to be Tathagatas. We do not use words for practice. We have no writings. If Vajrasattva were not shining from above, we would not find the meaning that there is in written teachings. There is no object to think about. It is inappropriate to visualize anything. There is no path of success. There is no end to the functions of words. We will not see our objective by working on doors and studying levels. Our limitations will be removed through the practice of the 3 samadhis. We will not find our objective by working towards something that is a result. In the same way that everything comes to us naturally from a wish-fulfilling tree, everything occurs to us naturally when we are in this excellent place. Those who desire the meditations of the rishis must not seek for them. To dwell in an unspoken equanimity and have no mantra words of any kind to recite, this is the best form of recitation. To have nothing whatsoever to contemplate, that is our meditation. This heart essence of excellence is a place for everyone. It is not a thought. It is not an attainment. We place ourselves in the way it is, just as it is. Then Vajradhara asked, "Blessed One, unchanging light, what is the meaning of this Tantra?" The Blessed One entered the equanimity of the samadhi of praising the Tantra, and he intentionally spoke on this topic. Primordial equanimity. This is the spaciousness of the circle. Not to depend on anything is the essence of a circle. The victorious one, the Buddha himself, is correct. Not to think about anything at all. This is a heart of excellence. This is spacious and vast. Its inner depth is deep. It is inappropriate that anyone measure it, even a little. This is the sky. No one can estimate it. It is beyond having a body or a voice, and there is nothing to designate as being a mind. This is certain. There is nothing to be taught by saying this. There is nothing to be contrived by saying, this is primordial Buddhahood. Just as a magnificent Garuda soars through the sky on the trackless pathways of the birds, this king of the effortless transmission is astounding to us all. Do not contrive to study it from the beginning. We have needed nothing whatsoever for our supreme result, for we are primordially Buddhas. From a razor for the lotus and a sword for the wheel, the king of Tantras on the heart essence that is the origin of all things, the magnificently embellished Tantra, the king of all the Tantras. This is chapter 26, the contents of the Tantra. It is finished. This was translated by the Indian preceptor Sri Singha and the Tibetan translator Vairochana.